Okay, here we are. I just started recording.
Good job.
We were just talking about how much we enjoy our new favorite television show, which is us talking about houses. And today we are going to go back to our roots, sort of, and do a house from Indiana, though it's Indianapolis, which we really never go to. So,
no. But it's Hoosier State, so it's fine.
Conceptually, on a state level, back to our roots. On a specific level, not as much. Here we go, though. I'm going to share our screen to look at 4923 Kessler something. My Zoom is covering it.
Boulevard.
Kessler Boulevard, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Boulevard East.
Okay, so we have a good, here's a big house. We just saw that there are 7 bedrooms and I think 7.5 bathrooms. And that is a lot of stuff going on out here.
Is that a fountain?
It is a fountain, and I wish, if only we could see more closely on this fountain, what specifically is happening. We can't. Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know if that helped. I feel like
It did not help me.
I think I just messed up the proportions of the picture, but okay, so we've got, that looks maybe like a dolphin spitting, another dolphin, maybe some seals. And
very, you know what, interestingly ocean focused for something in Indiana.
Yeah, I would say if a kid had, like preschool, they go over shapes and you sometimes need examples. Mm-hmm. This set of windows could give you almost every shape. I see a pentagon.
I see
a weirdo hexagon, a square, a half circle, a full circle. We got a lot of things here. Okay.
We have a lot of shapes.
Wow. What? Is it that whole thing? How could that possibly only have 7 bedrooms if it's that whole thing?
That really feels like they undershot the bedrooms.
And is it a circus? Is my other question.
I was exactly about to say circus, because there's like the setback and then there's like the round.
Yeah, it feels like one of those must be a carousel, right?
I hope so. I hope it's the round one. If it's the one that has the weird angles coming out of it, that's a weird carousel. And
This one? The one with like that little person popping out of the top?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got. All right, this seems like a house that might have a carousel.
It does not seem like a house that wouldn't. I don't think anyone in this house would say no to a carousel.
True. And I'd like, again, to point out the number of shapes we see. We see circles, triangles.
You often don't see tiny, tiny triangle windows on top of normal-sized rectangle windows. It's
also, I couldn't begin to count how many lights we see, because we've got these ones on every stair. We've got...
Their light bulb budget must be insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost as if chicken pox became lights, I think. Like, because of how...
As of what?
Like chicken pox?
Oh, chicken pox. Yes.
Yeah. All right, we got some more shapes. I don't know what's happening.
And they've even got the tiny little glass blocks.
Yeah. If we want to do colors. So is this a house? Is I guess our first question.
It must have 7 bedrooms. Although this does have a little Airbnb tag on it, so maybe it's a.
Wait. Oh, I see that up there. Can you imagine renting this? When we're thinking about family Thanksgiving options.
Hey, here it is.
This would fit us. Almost. Okay.
Huh. I've never seen a fireplace that sort of looks like it closes up like an accordion before.
I was just thinking, those like sort of really unattractive folding room dividers?
Yeah.
If one of those had a fireplace in it, it would be this.
Yeah. It's just kind of cold. Why is the bed covering up there's enough windows, I guess the bed can cover.
I know I sound like I'm 3 years old, but I'm interested in how this is a half circle that opens into a triangle. I just think that there's a lot.
Today is the day Elizabeth lists all the shapes she knows.
Yeah, we're running low. I think that this might be a trapezoid, a rhombus. It might just be a square at a weird angle. Who knows?
Yeah. This has a little doctor's office waiting room vibe.
Yeah, and also not for nothing. There is so much grandiosity already, and they have these like weird slat spiral staircases as if they ran out of staircase budget. But yeah, I agree. Doctor's waiting room where you could maybe play like backgammon or something while you wait.
Or that thing when you were a kid, the little slide, you slid the beads up and
God,
down.
I loved that.
I did too.
That was like the only good reason to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole reason we never had one at home, was just because it like got us there. So
we had a doctor. We didn't have that toy.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have a toy. We didn't have a doctor at home either, but yeah.
No, but we did go to the doctor.
Yes. What?
This is a lot.
Okay, so I see a sculpture.
Is this an entryway?
What is this window? I feel like it's showing us a construction site somehow.
It's showing us a tree
There's just vibes about it that feel like still in process.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
There aren't like any two parts of this picture that make sense together. Even like the
not at all.
Decide.
No.
We've got that. I just.
Do you think they took a bunch of houses and just like crunched them together and
maybe,
said, this?
And then threw some like
this is right.
big stones and then cemented them in? I don't really quite understand. Also, if you
like
this door, you need this door too? What's the point of that door?
For when that door is too heavy to push.
That's for my high pain days. I got a door that might have been a bit ambitious. So this small side door. Like, I just don't understand. Why did you want this big door? Can't you just put like one of the buttons on that would help you to open? I've really taken to heart that this is the reason. Because
I know you really have just taken that as gospel that it is because sometimes that door is too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the multiple door issues, especially because they really do seem like these two would just open into each other.
Yeah. And not for nothing, this door just doesn't seem that great compared to those other doors, which seem intentionally and specifically
grandiose.
Great. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of grandiose, here we are.
My God.
Do you remember that sink from the other place that just like reflected itself 7,000 times? It's like best friend dining room.
This is what it wants to grow up to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think people like can't eat in this room because it's so disconcerting? It makes sense? Or is that just me?
I guess my question is like, who wanted this? This feels okay. I'm also having a hard time understanding what's happening.
Yeah. Also, is there a desk up against one of the walls? I keep seeing the reflections and I don't actually understand what I'm looking at.
I don't know.
And you have a boob light at the top. There's like that.
The other question is like, does this side of mirrors go all the way to the top and this side stops and then this is reflecting that? Or is this stop and then it's partially reflecting?
My brain is not going to compute this whole room.
That is a
yin yang
Orientalist on top of all of that. Like
that is a yin yang on the floor.
Oh, it is. And then we've got these unique furniture pieces that clearly were designed to go with the yin yang. Maybe the owner of this house was not white when they created this, but I would be surprised, honestly.
I'm pretty sure they were.
What is this situation? This is like...
I don't know, but I totally used to have that rug and it came from like Furniture Row. Like that is not that is a nice fancy rug. It
doesn't quite match the
$60. Yeah, no.
Pillar? Mm-hmm. Is that a pillar? If it's not holding anything up, who knows?
Column? It's a column.
The column.
Yeah.
This is a lot of. We're really playing with form and size in this room, I think.
I'd also argue this entire house seems to be playing with function.
Yes. Like, why would you have a rug this small right here, a table this surprisingly high right here, these weird columns, 3 different kinds of ceiling lamps, plus then a couple of like sconcy things.
Also, why doesn't that mantle go at least out to meet the columns?
I don't know. Maybe the columns were an afterthought, but they're such a thought, so it seems surprising.
It seems like that would not be an afterthought if you want.
Because they do really match the what do you call the things in a corner?
Cornices.
And it looks like it matches that ceiling over there too.
Yeah, the medallions. This is a lot.
Also,
No.
there's another one of your favorite lights over here in this other room if we get there.
Why do you spend this much money on a house and put those lights in it? Wow.
Speaking of things that you made bad choices on your money, we have this dining room or kitchen.
Wow.
The funniest thing of all to me is that this is like a Whirlpool fridge or something that is not the right height
No.
for its opening. And then you have the most custom possible vent hood.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I feel like we're not even saying, oh, look, that is the matching runner for the rug in the other room.
I noticed that. Now that back corner, is that a wall stove atop a dishwasher?
Yeah, maybe. You know, who can tell? It might be a microwave on top of wall stove.
Could be. Yeah, there's a lot for my eyes to take in, and my eyes don't love any of it.
There hasn't yet been a room where I feel like they really chose a lighting story and stayed with it.
No.
It feels as if there was conflict in the making of this house.
How many light switches do you think are around this house?
Well, if this wall is any indication, about
it is so interesting to me that your eyes
room.
are straight to the light switches rather than this monstrosity.
Yeah. Well, so wait, I just want to think about how many different kinds of lights there are. Again, those before I can even look at the well in the middle of the room. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of lights. Plus lights. 8, plus 9.
Maybe some water damage on the ceiling?
Oh yeah, I was thinking that might have been a bad choice light. It might not work anymore because it could have been shorted out with that water damage. It's funny, it's like they didn't know you can't hang mirrors on rock walls.
When they selected this. Well, just lean it up. No one will notice.
Okay, so let's talk about the fairy tale sculpture situation.
I mean, what is it, first of all?
Like, I really would think it's a well, except for that it looks closed up and it's in a bedroom.
Right.
So those are
and we don't have any indication that this house is on well water. So
it's in Indianapolis, correct?
Right.
So
is it a weirdly open fireplace? Can you make s'mores in this house?
Is it safe to have a fireplace that open in a room where you're going to have a bunk bed?
No, it isn't safe, but that does not seem to be a huge concern here.
Do you think it's like a desk? The kid was like, I'm not going to do my homework. And I'm like, okay, what would make you do your homework? Like, I don't know if I could like feel like I was in like Narnia with like a big stone thing. I just can't conceptualize.
I don't.
Also,
like
I didn't even acknowledge the floor because there's been so much else happening, but I feel like we need to.
I would prefer, again, there's a lot that happens in this house that my eyes just really don't know how to comprehend.
Yeah.
One of them.
It's this whole place has really chosen, but not even a theme. It's just
the dresser doesn't even go. The dresser doesn't go.
Is this the same?
We're back. Yep. We're back to the line columns.
I didn't realize there was like a bar sort of area over there.
Is this opening into the kitchen? I think that is opening into the kitchen.
Is that the kitchen? Oh, that's the vent hood and the fridge. Yeah. Okay. So this is like an eat-in kitchen of sorts.
It's like the informal dining room because the formal dining room will give you vertigo.
Yes. I can see what, speaking of vertigo, it's like you know what each next picture is going to be and you choose a word to bring us there.
I swear I did not look at this listing, but oh my God.
Doesn't this area in the middle look like an angry being with a very tiny head? Like arms go like this and then the legs out and then the tiny head?
Well, it didn't before, but it does now.
Like, maybe like a crab, an angry crab?
Yeah, it is totally an angry crab.
Maybe it's Chauncey. Those might be its eyes on tentacles.
Chauncey from a very sweet book by T.J. Klune called House in the Cerulean Sea.
Yes, and don't worry, Chauncey would never be angry like that.
No, Chauncey would never be angry. Chauncey just wants your hat and suitcase.
Are these two fireplaces right next to each other?
They do seem to be, although maybe one of them is like a divot where you keep your firewood.
Okay.
I have questions about the ceiling.
I'm really upset about a lot of things.
I'm incredibly overwhelmed.
So sometimes I watch Project Runway and they say things like, I'm alarmed by this. And I'm like, you're alarmed by this? But now I feel like I'm them because I'm like, I'm alarmed by this room.
Yeah, this is a really hard room to look at.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there's a few things to talk about. First off, this thing, what is it?
Mhm.
Is it supposed to be the inside of a turtle shell that's hanging from the ceiling but really big?
I was thinking that it was supposed to look like you're in a cave, like you're looking up and you're inside a cave. It's a really specific feeling they're going for, though.
Yeah, either way, we know it's there. It's something intentional. What is this ceiling thing?
More weird ceiling stuff. I just don't understand the ceilings in this.
This is the chicken pox from upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't remember if these things just go to the top of they look sort of like they're holding up the ceiling, but I think they're just at the top of the staircase.
Yeah. I can't look at this one anymore. I'm not going to be.
Is it a cross?
It looks sort of altar-y, like it's an altar.
And can you go into the crotch of the angry tiny head crab?
Why are there electrical outlets on either side of this strange thing? What are in there?
I don't know. Maybe offerings to the crab?
Crab offerings. There's a dish of melted butter.
I don't know. Is this just like
It's like a carpeted shelf.
But like a really big one that takes up most of the room.
Yep, most of the room. So maybe you crawl along the shelf and then just like throw yourself into bed.
I would have loved that as a kid.
I would too. As an adult, it does not sound fun.
No, but it's a lot of windows, which also doesn't sound fun as an adult because I would wake up at like 5:15 in the morning on accident.
Right.
I don't think you can really put shades on all those.
Maybe those fancy like in between the window shades that have.
Oh,
Yeah. I think we're going to see more of the turtle shell. Yep.
Oh, yeah. And
a lot of places to eat in this house.
Yeah. Okay.
These are people who these are Granddaddy's kind of people.
I know. This is sticking out of the wall. Were you just making sure we could fit Granddaddy's love for chairs in this?
We forgot last time. So.
What is this?
It's a weird ceiling medallion that doesn't.
Is it about the Illuminati? Do you think the people who own this house are in the Illuminati?
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's like the only thing that could make all this make sense. Oh, we're going to get a close-up on that ceiling. I still don't get it. Oh, but that's where we saw those squares outside and another one of the circles.
But this appears to be inside.
So this is like the shape of a sort of normal curve on a graph. Like that's the axes.
You're back to naming your shapes.
It's almost like they made a turret of their own double fireplace with another little triangle up there. I just think I'm not the only one that was into shapes that created this.
No, it's clear. Whoever was designing this house was like, I'm going to show off every shape I know.
Yeah. Gonna make up some new ones because I can't be limited. This is quite a random house.
I'm just not even counting the different types of flooring in this house.
Or anything. I mean, there's like also, again, they can't leave well enough alone with like a kind of light.
No.
Even with the ceiling to this degree, they still had to.
Do you think there's like a fear of the dark in this house between all the skylights and the
Possibly. Okay, I like those little stained glass windows.
Congratulations. I do not.
I'm trying to find something to love. This couch is not it. These weird window graphs are not it. But
no.
I don't know where we are or what's happening or why it's happening.
I don't understand this small area.
Have we been here before? Is this the wall that had the squares?
I don't think so, because it doesn't look see-through. I'm very confused and lost.
Oh no, and this one has, oops, I went up too far. This one seems to have orange ones, and that one didn't have orange ones.
Yeah. This is just...
I think that this is maybe the other one. You
just get to sit and look at your tiles. Just a place to sit and admire your tiles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can...
Another place to sit, and this looks like a check-in of some sort.
Can you talk to me about this area up here, this circle?
Well, so that appears to be a porthole that has been filled with driftwood.
And then covered with glass so that the
Yes,
driftwood
right,
can't
like
escape?
a shadow box of your favorite drift.
Yes, that seems like, what else could it be, Okay, so that's where we were before when we were down there.
Cool.
I'm just
I
really
still don't get what we were doing down there. But
trying to understand this. Okay, we're back up to the chicken pox.
is this like the grand foyer?
I mean, it's nothing if not grand, I guess.
A lot of things, not grand.
Yeah, you're right. I wish I understood this ceiling also. Oh, wow. That is nauseating. I have a bit of seasickness from this angle.
I do not care for this angle at all.
So is that the entrance? So this can't be the foyer because it's way above those big doors.
Huh.
And that has a welcome mat. So that's definitely where people come inside.
And again, with the proportion, that is the tiniest welcome mat.
Oh, great. We're here in the bathrooms.
Oh, good. I was worried.
That bathroom didn't get...
Is there a toilet in their shower?
No, I think that's a reflection.
Oh, thank God.
But they really paid just as much attention to the ceiling details here.
But not so much attention to like how high their shower door goes.
Oh, no. There's things I would have prioritized differently. Okay.
Okay, here's
that's cool. I like how that's grounded.
I like a balcony. More shapes for you, Elizabeth.
I know. So interestingly, these are septagons, which we don't think about much, 7-sided.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That we've seen this.
I don't want to see that again.
Whoa.
No. Whoa.
Okay. No. Who chose this angle?
The same person who chose the ceiling. They really wanted to show it off.
Okay. Do we have all these houses? Are these all ours? And is one of them just a big garage? Because that's like 78 garage doors.
But there seems to be a walkway like going between the two.
Yeah. Oh, more for our porthole lovers. We have a bunch of portholes. You can sit at this bar.
We have a long bar for you.
Yeah. We went to IKEA and got you 9 bar stools.
I know, these are like the cheap bar stools that you get for $7 a piece at Target.
Yeah.
Huh.
This feels like it would be fun to play hide and seek in.
That reminds me of like Under the Decks when we used to go to the houses in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So this...
I feel like I don't know any more about this house than I did before.
I don't understand where we are, but I like this part. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation.
Can I...
Wait. This feels like it's coming out of nowhere. Why is there a tree going through the house? Through the balcony? And why haven't we seen it?
I think we did see the trunk of it. Remember when you said it looks like it's a window going out to nowhere? I think this is what we were looking at.
Oh. Why?
I don't.
Also, we never learned if all those other buildings were part of the house. Okay.
No, I feel like I don't know anything more about this property than I did when we started.
Let's learn. How do you calculate a one-of-a-kind opportunity? 29,500 square feet. That is a lot of house. How do you calculate a one-of-a-kind opportunity? Easy. You take the rental income minus your expenses and have your property manager wire the remainder to your bank account. With a unique piece of real estate comes a price tag for all who would like to live and work in that piece of real estate.
This is not well written.
Multiple
living units.
Offer potential for a family compound, rental income, and great Airbnb income. Just ask us for the numbers. They are astounding. The finishes, space, and location would be impossible to replicate.
That is true.
Ask for the numbers today to lock up this infamous property. Infamous, I feel like is not the word you're supposed to use in your listing. Where you get to set the fees. People across the globe have stayed in these walls just for an opportunity to say they've stayed here. Were people murdered in this house? Like a lot of them? Wow. I don't think that's true.
Okay, so Aaron also sent us this article. I sent it to you too. It's the where we learned that this is called the ugliest house in America. So I'm going to open the article just to see if
Wait, I just want to put out here. Okay. So in August 14th of 2017, it was listed for $1.75 million. Then a year later, listed for 1.2 million. Then several months after that, the price was changed to just under $1 million. And then today they just estimated it at 1.84 million. But it was never sold. It hasn't
been off the market?
Yeah, it was sold for $343,000 back in 2006. I'm going to look at these pictures from, see if, yep, this was already looking like this back in 2015.
2015.
Okay, well, wow. Do you want me to pull up the other article?
This was dubbed the ugliest house in America online, as it went on and off the market over the last 14 years. The house was a madcap, decades-long project by Jerry A. Hostetler, aka Mr. Big.
The listing agent
Big was into statues, dolphins, polar bears, mermaids, gargoyles, whatever he could find. He built a 12-car garage, installed countless decks and balconies, kitted out the dining room with a hall of mirrors, and put in 38 light switches side by side in neat rows in the living room.
It's going to need $300,000 to $500,000 worth of work.
Wow.
All right. We did it.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is the house.
I bet you could buy it if you wanted. The right buyer's out there somewhere. As he said, it would be perfect for a cult.
I actually had that thought.
Strong ending.
I absolutely thought that you might. Oh, the Airbnb starts at $12.50 a night.
If you know a cult that needs a house, here you go.